Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and today we are going to be continuing the Heart of Darkness campaign. I have here with me today Cameo, Ice, Cold, Moon, Nez, and Wind.
Hey.
Whole party. Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. For those of you who have not been to my Twitch channel before, you should check it out. We're going to be going live after D&D to do some Dead by Daylight. And other than that, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the recap. Who's going to do my recap?
Okay, I guess I'll take up the mantle. Last time we were facing the boss. What was his name again? Completely forgot his name.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think we ever technically learned it.
Well, regardless,
For copyright
one
reasons,
that-
he does not have a name.
the one that we actually that we came to this Dread Realm for, this artificial Dread Realm, the one that stole the cane. We finally encountered him and did battle with him. Yeah, he was the one that we just fought, wasn't he?
No, I think this is a completely separate entity.
Was it?
No, it's the same entity.
Okay, I was right. So, we managed to finally beat him after discovering that, after some of the party realized that the only way to properly defeat him was to take out the cables that were hoisting him up in the air. Once we managed to do that, the entire cave or railway that we were in disappeared and returned to being just a normal empty cave. So here we are.
Okay. Just a second, too.
Yeah. We also recovered the cane. Quarles currently has it.
That too.
I have a question for the DM.
I have answers.
Oh, do you? Okay.
God damn it.
Did the boss we just fight die? Or fought?
He just kind of disappeared.
Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know.
I mean, neither boss technically died in this area.
Mhm.
Anyways, you guys have found yourself once more in the mist.
Alright, stick. Who has the stick?
I'm just more or less waiting for Saragus to show up. I mean, he has to get us into the next Dread Realm, and it's his cane.
I'm going to point out that that was asked in character.
Who picked up the stick? The
Coral
cane.
did. Coral has the cane. It is safe in her hands.
Coral, would you mind giving me the cane?
Earl just squints at you.
I'll give you, and then Otto just reaches into his sleeve, a peppermint lolly and was Kinder Egg? I don't think this is allowed in your plane.
I actually was thinking he's gonna pull out a piece of candy, isn't he?
Okay.
Honestly, I prefer if Coral keeps her hands on it.
What
I
about...
think Otto actually has to be in possession of the cane.
Fill me in. Why does he have to be in possession of the cane again?
Because
Technically, I
that's what
think
the
it's.
deal was.
I think that's the deal the group made before Otto showed up.
How about this? And then Otto's going to pull out the cube he used to teleport everyone to that planar city, I will give you this.
Coral just kind of looks unamused.
What?
Look at it. Magical cube, button to get to place of value and mini equipment. Good deal, yes?
What? Why do you want the cane so much? That's already. We're already given that away. You can't have it.
I mean, I don't want to keep it. I just want to be the one to give it over from my possession.
Why?
Yeah, if I recall correctly, it's technically Coral's deal.
Just very important interplanar semantics.
I prefer it in Coral's possession.
Can my wizard do
You
me
know
a
what you're-
favor and roll Arcana?
Wizard already knows that it's supposed to be in Otto's possession.
I feel like I know why Otto wants this, but Mel definitely doesn't.
Oh wait,
Um,
she's supposed to have advantage, right?
I believe you do.
Whoops.
Okay.
That was close.
I like how we
um,
just.
How do you
Jesus fucking.
jog my memory, Ice? How do you know that Otto's supposed to have it?
Because. Oh wait, no, actually she doesn't.
Yeah,
Right, that conversation was outside of her
earshot.
knowing.
Yeah. But you guys, you do know that some sort of bargain was struck between the two of them, and that whatever it is could be royally screwing Otto if Otto does not. Because you guys, as a group, just need to hand it in. It doesn't matter who hands it in for you guys. But if Otto made a specific deal for any reason, if he's not the one who hands it in, then the pedantic nature of many of these deals would mean that whatever benefit he was going to reap from it, he will no longer have.
Look, guys, it doesn't really matter which of us hands it in, but to Otto, it does matter. So I suggest we just let Otto have it.
So Otto kind of has been helping us, so I'm gonna agree with the Phoenix on this one.
Kindle is kind of stroking his chin. I can understand that, but given he's going to show up here fairly soon, Coral can hand it to Otto, and then Otto can hand it in.
Does that work for you, Otto?
I am going to have to ask you to reconsider.
Coral is thoroughly ignoring y'all and just brushing up on their weapons. Like, Coral is like, at this point, I don't care.
I just imagine her playing around with the gun that she has.
No, she's cleaning it. She's cleaning the weapons. The scythe and the...
Roll.
Coral, how would you like a cloak that dramatically billows in the breeze whenever you feel it's suitable? Great for dramatic entrances, punctuating when you decide to storm off.
Coral squints her eyes and slowly turns to you. Slowly turns back to the scythe and pinches the bridge of her nose like, wait, what?
Okay.
What
about...
Did you specify whether or not the cloak had to have a breeze nearby?
No. What about a wand that makes people smile?
What?
Okay. Question for you, Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you want Otto to have it? After all, he has been helping us, right?
That is true, but
Are we not supposed to trust our own teammates now? Is that the kind of party you're running?
yeah. Only reason I'm running this party is because I have very little choice.
So, what's your reasoning then?
Well, for one, he kind of looks over at Coral. I'm not about to take anything from her.
No, you do
That-
it.
Yeah, could I do it? Yes, I could. I prefer to remain both intact and on Shadowfire's good side.
That is a very good reason. Let me see.
It's like, I don't have an argument for this one.
Look, I'm not trying to take it from Coral by force. I'm simply trying to come to a terms that's amenable to Coral to give me the staff so I can give it to Sirius before Sirius shows up.
Maybe ask Coral. Coral, what do you want for the staff?
When you say this, Coral lifts up a mace and then turns around and then she just turns back around and then turns around again like, wait, were you talking to me? She doesn't say that out loud, but she's looking at you like, wait, were you talking to me?
Coral, can I have the staff?
Shakes her head no. Puts
Is
the
there a
mace
saying,
down.
Please.
Can you please give me the staff?
Coral kind of twitches her ears like she's considering it and then shakes her head no.
Coral, what would you like for the staff?
I am prepared to give you sandalwood deodorant.
Are you trying to say that that Coral smells?
No, I just remember her fairly fondly eating deodorant before.
She eats deodorant?
Yeah?
When you say that, Coral takes out her last deodorant stick, holds it up, takes a bite, and then puts it away.
See, you're almost out.
Uh,
Here, I'll let you take a whiff of it before you decide.
Seeing
When you
this
get-
seeing this all go down, I'm just gonna like start chugging down on the alcohol from one of my flasks.
I've got a question. How much alcohol do you even have? Like, are you gonna run out at some point?
He has an item
never-
that he doesn't run out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fair
one of
enough.
those funny magic.
I approved it, so it's. I knew it's there.
Yeah, Kindle is kind of like looking at Otto. You seem really damn set on being the one to hand it in.
As I've told you before, I have rules that you, as mortals, benefit from not having to follow.
I want to point out, when you get close to Coral, she has multiple weapons just laid out in various stages of being clean. And they actually look pretty damn fucking clean compared to what Coral looks like. Like, Coral knows what clean is, and only applies it to the weapons.
What if I finish cleaning the weapons for you?
Coral shakes her head no.
What if
Why do
I-
you want it so bad?
Otto, be honest with us. What's so important about you handing this in? I feel like that might be the only possible way Coral would want to hand it over, if she knows why.
Well, if you must know, it's because this deal has been bound by a non-disclosure agreement.
I want to. I'm gonna say that came in a completely different tone of a voice, as if somebody else cut him off.
Okay, well, That was weird. But is your deal life or death? That's all we need to know.
It has a heavy influence on a great many existences.
So, yes?
In a sense, yes.
Okay. Coral, would you like to help save other people?
Coral kind of looks at all her weapons for a moment, and then she digs inside her little rock pouch. And she digs in there for a while before taking out Biafi's book. And
Ooh, I can't use that card on Coral. No way I'm doing that. I'm saying this out of character. I'm not going to use the Biafi card.
Coral turns to Otto, and for the first time in a while says this: "Only if you teach me how to read."
Deal. And then
Coral.
Otto reaches out with his talent hand.
And then Coral shakes it. After shaking it, Coral takes out the rod and gives it to Otto.
Otto is going to take it and slip it into his sleeve for safekeeping for the time being. Now, I suppose we have nothing better to do than to get started to wait for Circus to arrive. Are you familiar
Oh yeah.
with A?
Phoenix roots in her backpack and starts taking out sheets of paper.
Hey, Phoenix?
Mhm.
Do you still have that chromer, or is that just gone now?
It's a good question.
It is gone.
Oh, okay.
In its place are a handful of rocks.
Cool. 3 rocks.
The hell just happened?
Coral digs through her papers, and after a moment, shakes her head no. Interestingly enough, some of the papers actually does show the actual alphabet, at least in little chunks here and there, with some pictures next to it. But yeah, Coral doesn't know.
So, mechanically speaking, it's going to take a little while before she becomes fluent in reading and writing.
Oh, don't worry. It's just my act of teaching her that's important here, not the actual end result.
Damn it.
I mean, even if you're a horrible teacher, she'll pick up something enough to be able to start reading.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. If he really tried, he could make it impossible to learn anything.
Or he can drag it out.
I mean,
Admittedly, I have no reason to drag this out.
yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But,
Before we continue,
go ahead.
Coral puts away most of the weapons, except the maze sword, and the scythe. And then she takes out her own journal with the paper and quill. And it looks like there's a bunch of papers and leaves kind of just stuck inside of it. But she eventually, flipping through it, finds like a blank page. Okay, I'm ready. What does A look like?
And then Otto's going to sit there and go through the process of teaching her how to read.
It does take a little while, but after roughly about an hour and a half, 2 hours, a familiar voice chimes in and says, you are. You have the most odd propensity for just absolutely vanishing.
Oh, we had to fight the little guy.
We found something.
Oh?
We got the cane. Otto's holding on to it.
I see. Well, if you do not mind, I would gladly retrieve my property from you.
Otto's going to slowly draw it out from his sleeve and then offer it to Sergius, saying, I relinquish to you in mind and agreement by the accords of which we are bound.
Yes, very well. And he flips you a large coin. When you catch it, you recognize it as a soul coin, and the denomination is exactly the amount that you were promised.
Now,
I trust you find that satisfactory.
I do.
So where are we going next?
I have found a place with a number of places actually at this point, with some very unique individuals. So
Does one have a tavern?
A couple of them do. Though, given your propensity for becoming targeted by the law, you may want to be a bit more careful this time.
Wait, what?
Hey, Kindle kind of looks a little confused in a moment.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh. Oh, right, that.
Wait,
Your group has had quite the checkered past with those who enforce the law and those who write it.
I'll have to ask Kendall about it later on.
It's not my fault.
Definitely asking about it later on.
I will fully acknowledge that it was not your fault, Quarrel. However, there were a number of other members of your interesting companions who have found themselves in, shall we say, hot water?
I look at Kendall. Why do you... Did you let criminals join you? Why would you do that?
More like I joined the criminals. Apparently I showed up right around the time
No.
this group was in trouble.
You don't understand. Criminals would be giving them too much credit. Morons is more likely. Again, not you, Quarrel.
Yeah, Kindle kind of raises his eyebrow.
Sad thing is I know who he's referring to.
Well, of my observations of this group, there was one who attempted to pretend to be a criminal by shouting, "Hello, fellow criminals." There was one that decided that it was a great idea to release a criminal, and then was very surprised when he became the criminal that he was supposed to be guarding. He also died very shortly after that. Don't worry, he got better. And then
What?
the other time that I can think of, same individual actually, decided that it was a great idea to become a vampire. And then decided that it was an even better idea to express public disdain for a totalitarian regime.
No one's actually that's like stupid enough to do that, right?
It's a very large multiverse, which makes it a very large pool of stupidity. It happens to be much deeper in some areas than others.
They also
Nice.
did more than just that.
Oh, those are the ones that I've observed.
I
That's
don't
stupid.
believe any of those people are here right now.
No, last I heard, one of them turned into a door for a god.
Oh, really?
I think that was the same one.
Door.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember.
The god didn't even want to be there. It just left immediately.
Even that, as far as I remember, it was Magus that popped out of there. He's not very well known for intervening. He's more of a sit and watch it all burn to the ground and write it down in a book and leave for the next place.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
All the
Wow,
things he
you
has
guys-
seen, though. If only I could get my hands on that book.
You guys make the best friends.
I will note for anybody paying enough attention, the look in his eyes is quite worrying when he mentions that he wishes he could get a hold of the book.
Coral
Like,
gives him a bit of a side eye.
yeah, Kindle's also kind of looking at him suspiciously.
Anyways, that being said, as for the purview of our deal, I will continue to, shall we say, chauffeur you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Now,
Sounds good to me.
the real question here is, do you want one of the powerful ones in pure strength alone, or the ones that, it's a little more complicated than that?
Complicated how?
Well, see, I found one that is quite partial to some rather heavy-handed attempts at mind control. And then another who, the lack of subtlety is just baffling in how she manages to run things.
I point at Kindle and then look over at Coral before turning back to Kindle. Yeah, we don't need to be around mind control.
Kindle just kind of droops a little bit before looking up at his turban. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my companion here would agree.
Well, to be entirely fair, the strength one it's not his strength, but it is at the same time. So
I suppose the next question is which one weakens the king more?
well,
I mean-
see, that's the interesting part. They all weaken him fairly equally, surprisingly for one of them.
I vote for the second option.
Are there actually any individuals being mind controlled? Or is it just Dread Realm stuff?
With the mind control one, it's hard to tell. Remember, I can only get glimpses and not enter until after you have.
Let me ask you one question now. Why are you letting us choose?
Because you are coming towards the end of your road. there's only a handful that I would deem necessary left.
See,
That and I would rather get on to my own affairs than yours. If I'm being
Fine.
entirely frank, that's a much greater motivator to me. At least giving you the choice on which ones you believe you could handle.
I smirk. Oh, so you're just tired of dealing with everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't blame him.
You have no idea, this is... None of the people that I originally made the deal with are here, despite the fact that I normally make deals that encompass groups. It is somewhat baffling how you lot have made it this far.
Coral looks to the floor when you say that.
Yeah, I'd kind of like this to be done with sooner rather than later, if for nothing else than I'm trying to figure out who the hell I am.
Oh, I know exactly who you are.
Kindle's eyebrows raise. Oh?
Yes. However, information does not come free.
I figured as much. What are you offering?
See, at this precise moment, there's not much that you in particular can give that I don't have being done in other places. But I do take, shall we say, IOUs.
Are you, huh?
Yes, indeed.
I would caution against it.
Yeah, like I was thinking, could either be a very good thing or a very bad thing having something so open-ended.
I mean, you already
Generally
have
very
an IOU.
bad.
You already have an IOU you're doing for the person in the market or whatever dimension we went to buy, and I hold up the shackles. These.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
right.
Him. Actually, he is quite the interesting fellow. He and I don't quite see eye to eye on how business is done, but I must respect the hustle.
Kindle kind of shows his sword where all four of his eyes are showing. Yeah, noticed.
I'm kind of surprised you know the craftsman.
Are you kidding me? I am an extremely well-traveled individual.
I see.
In fact, I was actually quite amicable. Quite amicable with this one's. And he points at Otto. This one's former boss. Mainly because I didn't have much of a choice, but you know, pedantic.
Well, either way,
Well,
that all aside, we're not getting anywhere. we don't-
well, if Otto is concerned about me taking an IOU, it would have to be something specific.
And how about this? What are you willing to offer me?
Kind of scratches his chin. I honestly don't know what I could offer. I mean, the only real thing I had that could have any connection to my past is my great axe. And kind of points to it. Kinda haven't used it in a while, but I don't know if it's something important to me or not.
He looks at the axe and then basically turns up his nose and says, I don't need such crude implements. I will
Kind of.
say, though I to that of the Fae, though my terms are generally more well-defined. Which is not saying much, but you know, it's saying something, I guess.
At the mention of Faye, Kendall kind of looks a little over at Coral before looking back. Okay, so what do we do?
Well, there's a various number of things. Your last breath, a moment of your time, a forgotten memory, It's a good question. My dear Otto, what is one of the more interesting bargains you have heard from a Fae? I imagine with your kind you have interacted with them far more than I have.
Well, I would have to say those who offer one wrong step has always been a rather peculiar deal.
Interesting.
Kendall is looking confused. What exactly is that?
Well, you have to think of it as Fae kind of exists more in a realm of metaphor. So, it's whatever you think one wrong step could encompass metaphorically.
Hell of a lot to that. What was that thing about a moment of your time?
A moment of your time is exactly that.
And how long is this moment?
Beware of rather literal interpretations as well.
Yeah, it's why I'm asking how long that means.
How long is a moment to you?
A moment? I suppose it depends. Anywhere from a couple of seconds to a couple of days, depends on the context.
Well, there you go. And now you see why I hate them so much.
Yes, the unpredictability would do that.
If you wish to make deals with Fae, you should probably make them with Fae themselves. Deals are rarely done more than once. They're made in the moment. It's the moment of the deal that determines its meaning.
I am available for consultation, however, keep in mind that it will cost you, and my specialty is in Infernal Law. I've only taken 2 electives in Fey Law.
Yeah, well, you quote-unquote gave me these sunglasses. I'm a little hesitant to be able to pay anything. Sorry, no offense.
I do quite enjoy this idea of the one misstep, or however you said it, Otto. So, would you be interested in that?
Kendall kind of shrugs. Sure.
Very well.
Phoenix winces.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Same.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, son of the Flame Singer.
Kendall's eyes kind of raise for a moment. I take it that's important.
He looks at Otto with this just exasperated look and asks, "Are they always this stupid?"
No, you've caught them on a good day.
It's not so much stupid as in I flat out do not remember.
So you're telling me that as a Lyric barbarian, you neither know who the Flamesinger is, nor the origin of your path, nor even the fact that, based off of our deal, what I said was literal.
Kendall's kind of scratching his chin. The earliest, well, memory, I suppose you could call it, I have is something Syracuse up here helped with. I'm pretty sure I saw who is the Flamesinger. And yeah, he's definitely impressive, and
By all that is holy and unholy. You saw your father. Do I need to spell it out any harder?
well, damn, that's not something I expected. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for the information, and hopefully I can get some more context and memory to everything.
He looks at Otto again and asks, Does your cleric know who Shadowfire is, right? Yes? Or is this the only one that doesn't understand the origins of what they are?
I'm pretty sure it's just Kindle.
That's
Yeah.
our fearless leader.
Yeah, except for the one memory Syracuse showed me. Last thing, I suppose first thing I remember is these guys, most of them, fighting a demon. That is pretty much the first and last thing I remember, excepting for what Syracuse showed me.
Oh, to think that I would find a Flamesinger barbarian that did not wax poetic about his origins.
Huh.
Truly, I have seen it all today.
Maybe if more of my memories come back, maybe it'll feel heavier. But until then, I appreciate it.
Without warning, he just full on slapped you, and a cascade of memories comes pouring through, varying from the teachings of the Flamesinger, without giving you anything specific about his personality or any of that, to the fact that Flamesinger barbarians, or Pathaniric barbarians as you're more aware of them as, were one of the most highly regarded warrior types within the Neric society. Just all comes crashing in at once before he turns his back to you and says, "Well, now that that unpleasantness has been dealt with, off with you." And he snaps his fingers, and you guys find yourself in a on the edge of a fairly decent-looking city, medieval in style. Not that one. Actually, I know which one I want. Where is it? Maybe not in this list, apparently. Yeah, it's looking like not in this list. This list? One of these days, I might go through and put images on these so that I can get lost trying to find the image instead of the name?
I almost called Kendo Prince Zuko.
I didn't know that was a legend that made it to this world.
Saying that out of character, by the way, not in character.
God damn it, where is this goddamn song? I know the title, but like apparently I'm just fucking blind. Which makes sense. I wear glasses for a reason.
Can't you do Control F for looking?
Not as far as I'm aware in voice mod.
Mm.
And there's no
Wait,
search bar.
You're playing the music from voice mod? I thought it only did like voice. Voice.
Oh, there is a
waves.
search bar. There we go. And no, all of the music on all of the sounds that you hear in the campaigns are from voice mod. That's why I often tell people in the audience that if you want to get voice mod, I have an affiliate link and discount code in my description, because it is a very helpful tool, especially for online DMs.
Sounds very useful.
Absolutely. I 100% endorse them, and I also quite enjoy the benefits of being an affiliate with them. Anyways, that being said, I don't know why I zoomed out on that one. You guys need to be moved to another map. You guys wanted to go to a tavern?
Yeah,
Well,
let's go
one
to
of
a
us
tavern.
does.
I feel like it's just the best place to like locate to be to regroup. You know.
I'm gonna stick you in a
We're
tavern
already
anyways.
We're thoroughly grouped right now.
I stop thwarting my plans.
No alcohol for you. You already have an infinite amount. You're fine.
However, a tavern is the place that most information usually passes through.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's able to see, have a token. Why is Coral
I
tiny?
believe that would be a post office.
Yes, I have
Coral's
control.
usually upside down.
Not upside down. I said tiny.
Oh.
Coral is not usually
Well,
tiny.
hard.
Yeah, might have been from the last time we were on the map then.
So, as you guys go in, everybody here seems incredibly friendly. You get greeted at the door. Patrons wave at you. The barkeeper greets you with a smile and a wave.
Carl smiles and waves back.
I'm gonna walk over to the bartender and say, give me your strongest.
He pours you a drink that comes out rainbow colored and sets it in front of you. Says, "Give that a try."
Is this a pony thing?
Is that in character?
Yes. I'm gonna start drinking it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're drinking liquid rainbow.
Yeah. Please don't tell me that this is gonna go down that path, Nameless.
I mean, when you drink it, there's a myriad of flavors that it seems to shift through. Not like that weird, awkward, jumbled up kind of like somebody just dumped a bunch of shit in a fucking barrel and called it a day. But it actually switches like from like strawberry to blueberry to apple to you get the idea.
Yeah.
All fruit
It has
based.
layers.
How much for the bottle?
He tells you that it's actually fairly easy to get a hold of, so he'll charge you 5 silver per bottle.
I will give him 10 silver for 2 bottles.
You now have 2 bottles of the We're just gonna call it Liquid Rainbow, actually.
Liquid rainbow.
Hooray.
I'm gonna bring it back over to the table.
Coral is drawing the bartender as best as she can. So, what's your name?
He tells you that he's known here as Lucky Hooves.
Eve Hooves. How do you
He-
spell that?
He has a cutie mark that is a trio of horseshoes backed by a clover, 4-leaf clover. And when you ask him how to spell it, he asks if you mind he uses your paper real quick.
I gave him the paper with the drawing.
And across the top, in bold, easy-to-read letters, he writes Lucky Hooves.
Nice.
Hooves starts with an H, not a W.
I knew which hooves you were talking about.
I know, but I felt like specifying because why not?
Nice. Coral finishes up the drawing and then tries writing Lucky Hooves under that, like as practice. And then she's slowly going around person to person to do similar. Literally getting all of their names and stuff like that.
Several of the patrons do the equivalent of the, oh no, not that side, that's my bad side. This is my good side.
Coral will then adjust the drawing to make sure she gets the good side.
I'm gonna wave over Phoenix to the table and say, and watch as Coral does this. Does anyone think the people here are a bit too nice?
This is the mind control one.
It would be great for vacation. Too bad this rally is going to collapse once we're done here.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me too much, but that just
Okay.
means whatever disaster, it's not here.
Or
Yet.
it's mind control.
And
They're forced to
you,
be happy.
if that is the case, can you, Coral or Phoenix, try to locate the source of the magic or the mind control? Is that a thing you can do?
Otto's going to walk up to a random, overly happy patron here and ask them if he can cast a simple spell on them that will have no ill effect on them.
The patron looks you up and down and says, well, if you promise that it's not going to have any ill effect, then I suppose I have no reason to say no.
I like to cast Detect Magic on them and see if they're under the influence of any type of spell.
Technically, cast Detect Magic on yourself.
Okay, I detect magic on myself. Although I do got my wizard eyes.
Oh, is that the...
This is the updated one.
Okay, sweet. There is magic at play. Go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
You see, luckily, I've been to university, and the reason why I bring this up is because it makes it funnier when I fuck up.
Good God, both of you have just the most ridiculous checks.
I know, Phoenix would do great in my world.
So, for... as far as you can tell, Otto, the spells at play are more so the fabric of reality holding itself together kind of spells. Like, this is not an actual individual, it's a magical construct.
This is a headache of a place. Because now I have to ask questions like, is the magical construct happy? Or is the magical construct who doesn't exist being forced to believe that they're happy, even though they could have just been made to be happy?
Do me.
Phoenix, please stop trying to flirt with me. I am much older than you, and it makes it very creepy.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that. Oh.
What are you, like? I don't know, 30 to 300?
Oh wait, that reminds me. As I remember, this group.
When I have to choose between having headphones versus having the ability to draw on my computer.
Computer. There we go. So, actually, that turned out perfect. Anyways, that is not representative of her. It is just
Placeholder.
yeah, it's just the best Kira I have at the moment.
Looks so familiar.
Oh, shut the hell up.
There's
Yeah,
only
that's
so many abstract
you're playing
constructs
to
of
see
magic that the mind could possibly come up with.
That's
You're going
an
to see
individual.
a few faces once in a while.
That's an individual. She is alive and part of your party.
That will be...
Oh yeah, that's right, Luna, right?
No, not
Nebula.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, not yeah,
Nebula.
that's right. Forgot about her.
I am honestly surprised that Sergus said nothing about her.
Otto's gonna turn around, the soul monocle's gonna pop off, and he's gonna go, "Oh my god, you're real!"
So, Otto, I am going to note for you, when you spot her with the soul monocle, for lack of a better way to describe it, it looks like she's got a full soul, but it's only part of a soul.
Oh, you're a vessel.
It's a little more complicated than that. And you
This
can
party
tell
can't
it.
handle complicated. The oldest one here is maybe Phoenix, who's 300 at most.
Aren't you part of the party too? Like,
So,
Technically, I'm outsourced.
visually for you, Otto, it looks like somebody broke a soul, but there's enough soul there for any regular mortal to have had a full soul there. So,
Weird.
for lack of a better way to say it, Avatar is not correct, but it also isn't entirely wrong at the same time.
It's a very big amount of liquid in a very small cup, and some of it spilled out. Yeah.
Think more along the lines of somebody dropped the cup.
Well, now that's just tragic, and I feel bad. Not really, but you know, you don't know that.
But
Whoops! I spilled out most of my soul. Oh wow.
You know, it happens.
Yeah,
Mortal
it happens.
discovers how to tap into the powers of the soul. They accidentally overextend themselves. I've seen it a million times.
roll a disadvantaged. Why does Arcana have to be the only skill that really encompasses anything magical?
you're not. If it's
Because- Welcome to. Actually, that's kind of just been a thing all throughout D&D.
if it's
Investigation could occasionally be relevant.
if it's magical and you're putting it against moon or ice, oh my gosh.
Anyways, roll a disadvantaged Arcana because there's literally not much else.
Okay, so a normal Arcana.
God damn it. You were too good at this.
There's two of us now.
Both of you, yes.
Ice could actually cancel that out, right?
This is getting ridiculous. Now there's two of them.
So it appears that whatever she is, she's not normal. She's not mortal. And besides physical stature being substantially larger than, your other Kieran, she stands like his head comes to her shoulder kind of height. You also recognize that some of the markings on her horn, unlike Kindle's, appear to be chronomancy in origin.
I didn't know your world had chronomancy.
What's chronomancy?
Don't worry about it. Unless we
Fine
come up
stuff.
against it offensively, then worry about it.
No,
Worry a
Dave.
lot about it. Then there's a reason it's banned in ours.
Right.
What do? As far as you can tell, Otto, the construct does not seem to be under a spell of any sort, which, given the state that most Dreadlords are in, if they were trying to mind control even the magical constructs, they would still cast the spell thinking they are real. You just have a leg up on everybody because of the soul monocle. Or soul sight monocle? Yeah, soul sight monocle worked.
I like to call it the monocle of soul appraisal. Why? Because it tells me if you're really worth anything. Please don't ask me how much you're worth. I don't want to get into this discussion.
How many
Damn, there
apples
goes
could you buy
my,
with my soul?
What did you say, Moon? I was reading that you and I had the same brain cell. What did you say?
Oh, that I prefer to call it the monocle of what's
Appraisal.
appraisal? Yeah, because I can see if someone's actually worth anything. But don't ask me how much you're worth because I don't want to get into the discussion.
Okay.
Oh yes, when were those performance reviews going to come in?
When I feel like you've performed.
Okay.
I suppose the first thing we should probably do is find out where the hell we are and who the hell's in power and, well, the basic details. I'm leaving that to you guys, because the last time I tried diplomacy, we ended up in it was imaginary, but yeah, we ended up in jail.
The cold, hard ground of that jail cell will always be real to me.
It was a literal dream.
Man, I just don't feel the same.
Whatever. That looks out the window and just kind of gets a distant look.
Pearl is really happy just going around asking people for their names and drawing them. Like, this is the most childish she's been in a while. She's just super happy and stuff.
Everyone
When
here
you
is extremely accommodating.
If you ever end up getting close to Melrose, they just sort of do it without you even asking. Like, it's a weird name, so Melrose spells it out for you. There you go.
After getting everyone, Pearl just straight up leaves.
Well, I suppose that answers that question. Kindle immediately gets up and starts following.
Yep, Melrose comes out too. Can't leave her alone.
Coral out here just literally walking up to people, asking them, getting like drawing them, all that stuff.
You know that feeling when you like look at the clock and you remember daylight savings was a thing, and now it's just like, why is it not as late as it feels?
Because people are more attached to tradition than advancement.
It's only been an hour, Nameless.
I'm
I mean-
aware.
Like, you see your brain, like, you have, like, a certain rhythm, and, like, you just sort of, like, subconsciously know what time it is. And then daylight savings throws a wrench in that by, like, moving it, like, back and forth an hour, like, every year.
I can't wait till we finally get over the fact that we don't need that.
Yeah, it's so dumb in modern day. Like, it serves almost no purpose.
You say
Serves
almost like
negative
there's a
purpose.
yeah, like I agree with Ice because the
Causes problems.
the
Yeah.
use of it was because of the lack of electric lights. It was
I know.
so yeah. I agree with Ice on that one. It just doesn't do anything other than throw wrenches.
It still serves a purpose. You do still get like an extra hour of daylight outside. And then you don't need to use like flashlights if you're like not in an urban area. It is still a purpose, even if it is extremely rare and not very useful.
And there are places in the world that don't have electricity still.
Daylight savings,
Well, yeah,
to
but
my
they are the
understanding,
US.
yeah, I was about to say it's U.S. exclusive.
Oh, it is? Well,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: lights are just unreliable as fuck in my area.
That sounds more like an infrastructure problem. But anyways, we're going to continue for a bit more. What do?
Well, I suppose as Coral is doing Coral things, Kindle's gonna kind of take a lay of the land.
I want to show you guys Coral's official drawing of Lucky Hoops.
Aw, yes, I need to see that now. Aw, he has a beard.
Yep. He is another fluffy pony.
Going to open that up for the chat to see, and probably flashbang a few people because the background was very white.
I'm
Discord
sorry,
white
it's
mode.
actually an off yellow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like a manila.
There we go. It just looks white to me. It may be because my screen is basically yellow all of the time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that could influence it.
Yeah, I don't do well with blue light, so that night light thing that screens do nowadays, yeah, it's permanently on for me. And almost cranked to the max.
Same.
Yeah, I don't do that at all.
I only do it on my phone.
I have very light colored eyes, so light hurts my eyes very easily. Anyways, will you guys go outside? Go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm good at that.
I'm a purse.
Does
Oh,
Coral
wait.
have to roll? She is not looking.
Yeah.
She's just looking for people.
I'm gonna go with them, too.
Somebody saw.
I don't have to roll perception since I'm late to the party, right?
Specifically because you asked that question, you have to roll perception.
Ah, fucking
Wait.
damn it.
Wait, cold? Is that
Okay.
your perception or is that
That's my
like
perception.
Kat's perception?
That's nature.
Yes.
Stop trying to make me roll nature. Alright, there
I
you
have
go. What? Hold on. I'm using a lucky point.
Why? You don't need to.
Oh, wait. Yeah, this is just for perception. Never mind. I'm stealing the whole battle sense right now.
There are worse things that could happen than that one on a perception check.
So as you
It'd be
guys
This
are
fine.
is like.
walking out into the street, Arya falls in a manhole.
You know what?
She didn't see it coming.
It's cool because I am going to crawl right back out.
Yeah, you've got slow fall and you can walk up walls. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
But it is 100% embarrassing.
No one saw that, right? We're good? Okay.
Actually, I took
I
a
have a
recording.
passive of 19. Did I see it?
Everybody
guys
saw
are
it.
You guys are absolutely the best party ever.
Otto's going to make a simple illusion of wind once again falling into the manhole.
So as Arya is walking, all you see is Arya's walking. Ah!
I'm gonna add some cartoon sound effects to it as well.
I reach forward and take a banana peel out of Arya's mane.
Let's focus on why we're here, okay?
For everybody else. The town's architecture is surprisingly, for lack of a better word, soft looking compared to a lot of the other places you've been. Most of them have either been like general medieval architecture or very sharp Gothic architecture. So more jutting lines and corners and, occasionally spikes and gargoyles for the Gothic side of things.
Oh my gosh, gargoyles.
This one is built in such a way that it looks like the town was made to look friendly.
That's not sus at all.
It's
Okay.
tourist trap.
Kendall,
Yeah.
as you are looking around and kind of start walking, you notice a small statue in front of a house. The statue looks like a very short Pegasus with I forget what kind of hair, the Darla Dimple haircut. I forget what that's actually called.
I think that's good enough.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name either.
Cozy Glow's hair?
Yeah, Cozy Glow.
The thick ass curls?
That's probably exactly the pony, too.
Oh gosh, he's the Dreadlord.
I do remember saying mind control of 2 varieties.
Yeah.
I like what she's done with the place. Really well. It looks really good.
And Kendall, kind of after noticing the statue, kind of like walks over, looks at it a little bit more carefully.
The statue does show the cutie mark of the Pegasus, and it is in fact a
Rook?
Thank you. I was drawing just the biggest blank on that chess piece.
Yeah, it's a rook.
What's a tower?
But yes.
Ah, that's interesting. So that's probably the most detailed pony I think I've seen since we got here.
What?
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking something else.
Detailed statue.
I was about to say, I gave you a full-on description of fucking Lucky Shoes.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
to Kendo, every other pony is just low resolution.
Finally, one where they finish the graphics.
Look,
Okay, well, I'll go with a little clarification. Is the statue, like, more defined? It doesn't have that softer edge?
Oh, it absolutely has that softer edge.
Okay.
This would either is a very small statue or literal child is definitely in appearance very friendly and very like has a very cutesy pose and just like we're talking just like abnormally disarming. Also roll me a insight at disadvantage.
Yeah, of course, at disadvantage. Yeah, I was thinking something else completely, so 3.
Seems perfectly trustworthy.
Wonder why they have a statue of a pony. Well, whoever it is must be someone important.
I'm gonna walk over to Kendo. You okay? You've been looking at that for quite a while.
Just wondering why there's a statue of a child, or whatever. She's a child. Yeah, hell, I don't know.
She's probably a local hero or the daughter of some major ambassador or something.
Yeah, it's possible. Definitely someone to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
Well, let's
We
get.
don't watch them, y'all.
Let's see. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's focus on why we're here and try to fix the problem of this place.
So as you guys are talking, a group of guards comes through shouting, "Make way for Lord Steelbrand and Lord Ironhoofs."
I'm gonna step to the side.
Same.
Yep, don't get in the way.
Otto, do you have your soul monocle on?
He's muted.
He say something? I don't see it. He did not say anything.
Yeah, I pretty much always have that thing on.
Okay. Both of these individuals are real.
Which means we found our targets.
Wait, our target?
Targets, plural.
Oh, both of them are people.
Huh.
Are ponies? The translation between my language and your world is always a little bit off.
They're alive. And that's what matters, right?
They exist. Like, really exist.
Okay.
I'll leave the metaphysics to Phoenix. If that's kind of our target, I guess that's kind of our target.
The pair of them seem to be headed to a large castle in the center of the city.
Let's follow them.
Might as well.
Maybe we can scout ahead and see what's if we can find out anything else about them or how to get close to them. Since they're obviously surrounded by guards, and we don't want to fight in the middle of in the middle of the city streets, right?
Well, I would sure as hell. It's like Kindle kind of sharply whispers, "Well, I would sure as hell hope not."
Coral is still busy drawing all the ponies when she finally seems to realize the other ponies going through. Hold on, wait! I need to draw you! She says as she starts walking towards them. Well, walking in their direction.
And there's our answer.
Well, let's go. Well, let's follow Coral. I'm gonna actually, there's no point in me actually trying to use stealth because we're a whole party right now.
We're literally following a parade. There's nothing stealthy about this situation.
I know.
I can make us all look like musicians, but I don't think any of you can play a horn nor carry a tune.
So, as you guys continue, they are keeping up a pretty fast pace, and people are crowded around them as they make their way to the castle. And waiting at the castle is a unicorn with just to describe his appearance, he oozes self-confidence in a way that almost feels unnatural, and the ease with which he converses and is interacting with those around him. This man, this unicorn, this pony, is just way better with people than any of y'all. He also, for Otto, has a soul, as well as two others standing behind him, a rather brutish-looking earth pony and a very sleek Pegasus. The other two come into contact with that group, and they exchange pleasantries before the guards form a line in front of the gate before the gate closes behind them. The crowd is... It gives the guards enough space to, like, level spears if needed, but it is also pressed as close as that will allow. As if there is just, like, an unspoken rule in an invisible barrier preventing them from getting any closer. But they seem to be touting this group as celebrities. Several names are thrown around. Cloud Spike and Silvertongue being two of them.
Oh god, Silvertongue!
Does that sound familiar?
Do you... Oh, you know what? No, that's outside of this game. So technically,
Yeah.
it can't be seen.
It's related heavily to Lost Memories.
Oh, snaps. I'm over here looking it up.
If you know, you know.
All right. Well,
This is
looks like
where,
we're not
like,
getting in.
As savoir-faire, like, nobles would kind of come, or, like, aristocracy would come in to lovely use here. But, you know, we gotta be super simple. We're so moving to GURPS after this. I'm sorry. I need the variety of skills that gives. I am getting so used to it.
So we're obviously not going to be able to just walk up to the gate and say, "Let us in." Any ideas?
Not like that.
Oh,
Coral sits down to draw everyone around her, asking names and all that. Coral is not stopping. Getting the names, writing the names, Coral will just keep going.
well, we could try the formal route, but yeah, I'm definitely not one for formalities. Kind of immediately looks over at Otto.
Well, Otto, good work.
I'm not sure who we're even looking for.
Yeah, that is
Well-
a bit of a problem.
True, but we need. Otto said earlier that the people that were marching in the street had a soul, or at least one of them.
Yes,
So-
the rather pompous and important ones.
Yeah, so that's probably a good place to start. Maybe we can mine them for information?
Well, I suppose we could start with asking.
Or, yeah, we could do that. We could also go visit a library.
You can read. I mean, good idea.
So, what do?
Let's start by asking people about about them.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm turn to the nearest person other than the party members. I want to state that and ask. So we're new around. We're new around here. Who were those people that walked through?
The Earth Pony that you turn to puffs up his chest and says, "They are the Guardians of Friendship," in a very enthusiastic manner.
I'm going to look dumbfounded.
How do you spell that?
He is very quickly distracted, writing down the words for that.
Guardians of Friendship. What do the Guardians of Friendship do other than just guard friendship? Like, are they your generals or something?
They tell you that they're the closest inner circle of friends for Lady Cozy Glow.
Lady Cozy Glow. You know, that name sounds super familiar. Can you tell me more about her? I just want to make sure I have the right person.
She is described to you as being kind and loving and always willing to help and all kinds of things like that. Roll me a disadvantaged insight.
Alright. Disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Something seems a little off about this. Just seems a little too good. Especially considering that, everywhere else you've been has been kind of shit.
Alright, well, thank you for the information. And I'm assuming that the rest of the group was listening in on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go over to Kindle and whisper, obviously there's something wrong with this Cozy Glow. Possibly.
She's the
Maybe-
most descript individual that we've heard of.
Maybe
At the
she's
very least, she would be close to the Dreadlord. If not, it's probably not her, right?
I don't see how it could be her. If she's I mean, she's seen as their leader, so maybe she's being manipulated.
Well, she's the only clue we have, so we might as well check out around her at the very least. I don't know.
It's a good idea.
We should probably learn about her inner circle as well. I mean, if we can't walk through the gates to get straight to her, we might be able to get in good with one of her companions.
At the very least, that would work, I guess.
Agreed. So we can either see what everyone else says, but I think we should probably head to a library and try to see what we can find out there.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Probably
Preferably about Cozy Glow. It might not give us any information on her inner sanctum or group or whatever you'd like to call it. The inner circle.
Something tells me since they're considered guardians of friendship, I think there's probably going to be a good chunk of information about them as a whole, if not individuals. So, yeah, it would definitely make sense.
All the more reason. Let's head to the library then.
Definitely keep an lookout for history books. Kinda nice to know what's been going on.
Shit, I'm not gonna be able to drink in there.
So, you guys are looking for a library?
Yep.
You find one readily available, actually. It's surprisingly not difficult. Given the difficulties you've had in other Dread Realms. When you guys go in, though, you are asked for a library card, and when you are unable to produce one, told that you are not allowed in without having gone through the proper channels to acquire a library card, which requires a citizenry card as well.
How long does it take to get a citizenship card or citizenry?
The pony at the desk just kind of shrugs and says, "I was born with one. I don't know."
Do you happen to accept foreign travel visa cards?
Before I answer that, what were you going to say, Ice?
Phoenix does have a library card.
Oh yeah.
It's just a different one.
This is the only time.
But she could conjure that.
This is the only time wind would have been useful because they could go to any library. God damn it.
Yeah, I don't think I actually wrote down my D&D backstory thing.
Oh,
But I think I had the same one where you can just go to any library.
Okay.
For Otto, they do say that they will accept something like that as a sign of citizenry, but it will take 3 days for them to process everything to get you all the library cards.
Alright.
3 days isn't too long of a wait.
Yeah, it's not like we're not going to be doing anything else during that time. I mean, library is just one place to look.
Exactly.
Does the librarian have a soul?
They do not.
Yeah.
What, were you thinking of shanking them for their soul?
No, I was thinking about making a deal with them that I would end up in some convoluted manner, get their soul, while they experience dramatically ironic consequences for their wish.
On
Is that
a side
okay?
note, when alone, Coral kind of perks her ears up and is just like, "Can I make a library card?" Huh.
The librarian tells you that forging documents is illegal.
Coral seems confused for a moment. Forging?
She said no.
Yeah, forging just means you're faking something.
I didn't say I was gonna fake it.
Listen, Coral,
I said I was gonna make it.
she just said you can't make a library card. That's not allowed.
Oh, so we gotta do the... Okay.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to wait 3 days then.
Okay. So I'm going to have you guys take a long rest, and we're going to put a pin in it here, because I think this is a good
Alright.
point to do so.
There is some stuff I'd like to do before a long rest.
What would that
Yeah,
be?
me too.
One of which includes Kindle.
Oh, okay.
because now that we know the name of somebody important to you who happens to be a deity, basically, we could potentially contact them.
Oh yeah, there are spells for that.
Does it need to be a name, or will it take a title? Because Flamesinger is a
Um,
title.
It's sort of vague. Rules as written, it's kind of... I don't know if you actually get to choose which extraplanar deity, or whatever, you talk to.
I'm reading over it. Give me a sec.
Wow, this thing can make you insane.
Yeah, it's a good
I
thing we're near a
remember.
long rest point.
Yeah.
I mean,
That too.
it's completely possible that you contact an Eldritch Horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing Phoenix hasn't seen before.
So, Phoenix, on an off topic, once this is all said and done, would you like an internship?
For what?
Well, I will be taking over a rather large office set up in your local hellscape. And it is always nice to train a new, more competent generation of dealmakers and spellcasters.
For which organization?
Well, for my
Just evil in general?
No. My goal is to set up a alternative program in your local hell.
I want to test something.
Okay, so
Oh.
make an intelligence saving throw, Phoenix.
Well, first she's going to be casting that as a ritual, so it's going to be 10 minutes. But she also has some other janky stuff she can do.
Well, it says the spell, if you cast the spell, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw, so...
Yeah, but we aren't there yet. Phoenix is going to hand Kindle her sling and the sling bullet, and instruct him to hit her with that in like 10.5 minutes. Because it's going to take her 11 minutes to ritual cast that.
Okay, I'll be sure not to do it too hard.
I just need to borrow some of your luck.
Okay.
Please, enlighten me as to the reason why you are asking to be beamed in the head.
So that she can cast, what is it? Silvery barbs on him and give herself advantage on the next saving throw she makes. Creative, but he is the wizard.
Isn't that a bit meta, though?
I am very conflicted on this. On the one hand, it's a creative attempt, but on the other, it feels like it shouldn't work.
What's more magical than working in the edge cases of spells?
It very explicitly says it gives one creature disadvantage and a different creature advantage.
I'm gonna let it happen, I guess. I just don't be.
The thing is, it says another creature's
Yeah, it's Kindle
Yeah.
who's making the attack roll.
Okay.
So I guess make sure whether or not you have proficiency with slings, because I don't know which it falls into.
I think it's well. I
It
think
would fall
it's
under
technically a
simple.
martial weapon, or yeah, simple weapon.
Then you should have proficiency.
Alright.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if ranged weapons had their own proficiency category, because that would make sense. But it's D&D.
Yeah.
Which I
While they're
believe
working-
it would be strength as well.
Yeah, it would be. So that's kind of why Kendall's so concerned.
I
Well,
think
it's dex to hit, I think. According
I
to
think it
what I
would.
have on my sheet.
I think it would be dex to hit, but I think strength increases damage or something like that.
What are you just talking about? Like a melee attack?
we're trying to figure out whether the sling would have a dexterity base, because he's going to have proficiency no matter what. But I'm trying to figure out if he's rolling with dexterity or with strength.
Oh, 100% dex. The way it works in D&D is like 5th edition is melee weapons use strength always, and then the finesse property lets you alternatively use dex. Ranged weapons always use dex, but thrown weapons technically are melee weapons. A sling would be a ranged weapon, like a bow.
Okay. So I guess roll again.
That was my rolling.
Oh, that was your roll. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I take it to do the hit would be 8 plus proficiency, or
It'd be the D20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
all right. Thank you. D20.
Because this isn't a magical sling, it's not going to give you like +7 or something.
I think I did that right.
Yes, that will hit. Silvery barbs.
Which makes you re-roll, so you need to re-roll.
Magic.
Up on the arrow keys.
Oh, you need me to reroll it. Okay.
I'd be laughing if that hits again and it knocks Phoenix out.
Yes, that will also hit. Now it's 1d4 plus dexterity modifier for damage.
That would be correct. I feel like the sling is not given enough credit.
Oh,
Slings are
pretty good.
The Romans said that it's easier to teach you or a bunch of random people how to use slings than a bunch of people how to use bows.
I
At the
feel
same-
like depending on the size of the sling, I feel like it would do more than 1d4.
A sling could hit with the same kick as a 45 Magnum.
Mhm.
So this is you very limply swung this sling. Either that, or it's got like a D20, like a regular size D20 as a projectile.
Or
Those
you
can
just load it
be
with a
pretty
very
damn
good rush.
deadly.
Maybe it's just a
Yep.
little bit too short.
All of the sling bullets are actually just plastic dice.
That is the
You're
that is
throwing
the
pebbles.
only explanation that I will take for this not making sense.
Yeah, they did slings dirty.
I mean, I think one of the big problems with slings in role-playing games like this is that it gets associated with the slingshot, which is also a lot stronger than people give it credit for. Because
Yeah.
That's
most
because no one has
slingshots
been hit
will
by
stay
it. The
placed.
people who've made this never clearly got hit by either of those, or heard something get hit by them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen people hit things with an actual like David and Goliath style sling, and that I would never want to get hit by one of those. Because if you get hit by one of those, it's whatever it hit you with is going right through you.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm not,
tangent.
I'm just going to
Anyways.
finish the sentence. I'm not joking when they're supposed to hit with the same punch as a 45 caliber revolver. Anyways,
Yes. Now I need 2 natural ones to fail this save. Cool. We're good.
it feels like you over-prepared for even the vague possibility of failure when you could have just made the check and saved yourself being beamed in the head by a rock.
He knows.
It's
Well,
better to be safe than sorry.
you don't want to lose your mind, okay? Once you've lost your mind once, so you don't want to do it again.
Touche, I will give you that, because that makes sense. out of character, if we were a more metagamey game, it would be a dumb way to look at it, but in character, it does make sense. So I will give you that much.
It's also worth noting that, like, it says he would be insane until the next long rest. He's trying to cast this spell before the long rest, and if he's insane, I don't think he can cast the spell.
Well, no, it basically, from what I skimmed over, was you don't get to do anything, and nobody understands you.
Yeah, and that seems unideal, so, like, hey, let's just not.
So you have
Yep.
5 questions.
It went through.
She nods, and she pushes over a piece of paper that asks for first question. Because if she asks, what is your first question out loud, that's also going to get transferred over.
Jeez, didn't really think I'd actually have a chance to talk with him. Jeez. What am I even...
Colt has been put on the spot, and now he doesn't know what to say.
I should have DM'd you ahead of time.
Yeah, I'd had some prep on the questions.
We could continue this next session, maybe.
Please, I need a chance to think.
Before
Okay,
they,
now that we're done with sling mechanics, it's time to end the episode.
before we end the session, Nameless, am I able to make some rolls for potion making?
I mean, yes.
Okay, sweet. Because I need that in case we get in combat so Nez doesn't die.
Since we're doing added combat stuff, we're taking a long rest. Does that mean like a day passes?
That Arcana! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna re-roll that with Lucky.
Why is your Arcana so bad?
I'm not a magical.
Do you need some help? With
Did you just
your
say
potion
you're
making?
not a magical?
No, I'm not magical.
Arya is not a magical girl.
I'm not.
That's Phoenix's
Quick
job.
question. This is completely... Everyone else is doing serious D&D things. How many ponies did Coral manage to draw and write their names? I just need a good estimate.
40.
40?
Yep.
She was busy.
That's exactly what she said she was doing.
Coral just leveled up in Ponish.
Yeah, that's actually kind of the point.
I feel like
You say
like
that's not
probably-
serious D&D stuff, but that is very serious D&D stuff.
I feel like Coral now has a list of names, but at this point she doesn't remember which one is pronounced which way. So she just has a list of gibberish. But she can write the gibberish
I will say that she is starting to, because of all of that practice, starting to recognize letters with common sounds. But if it's a letter that doesn't have that same sound, it's confusing.
Good practice.
Well,
Good
English is
practice.
probably the worst language to learn phonically.
So
It gets even
name
more confusing when you see which version of Ponish I'm using.
so nameless. Do these rolls count? The last Arcana roll, not the first Arcana.
Yes, you are able to find what you need and do fairly well with the creation of said potions.
Okay, perfect.
I just need to know if 24 hours have passed.
Yes, the long rest for you guys only is going to. You can either choose to do the 48-hour version, or you can just go with the 24-hour version because that's all you need.
I need this, so thank you. My magic item is fully restored, hooray. That was all.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. So for those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. If you want to show further support to the channel, check out the links for the Discord, Patreon. Twitch subs are also very much appreciated, as well as any bits or YouTube memberships that you want to throw my way. For those of you that do support me, a huge thank you, especially my priest tier Patreons, Cameo Shadows and Ice Crystal. Without y'all's help, I could not continue doing what I am doing. There is no understating how much any support helps. Other than that, we will be going live on Twitch here in a little bit after the session to do Dead by Daylight with friends. And then next week we will have a few different streams that I'll do before the usual weekly streams. Other than that, everybody have a great evening, and don't forget to drink water. You guys